Hello and welcome to our continued coverage of Stroll on State here. Of course, we've been live here really all afternoon covering the weather as well as the parade here starting at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Now, the state line has already been hit with a little bit of snowfall here. So at this time, let's introduce WIFR meteorologist DJ Baker with a look at how much we can really expect to continue to pile up here. DJ, I know we've hit quite a high limit here already on snow.
Yeah, the Rockford area has recorded right around 5 inches of snowfall thus far, but you can still see cameras behind me, still seeing widespread snow across the region. I-90 as well as up in Roscoe, seeing those visibilities dramatically reduced. Right now in Rockford, a half-mile visibility. Otherwise, though, seeing a little bit of improvement across the region. But I do want to bring your eyes over toward the west in Galena, as they're around 2/10 of a mile. And that's because that's kind of the next area that we're looking at in terms of some heavy snowfall. So right now, snow as far as the eye can see, but off toward the west, really this is the big area of concern we're looking at, because that's where the heaviest amount of snow is falling, with snowfall rates near 1 to 2 inches per hour. And of course, over the next couple of hours, that's going to continue to kind of drift off toward the north and east. So I think a lot of us may potentially go on to see some widespread heavy snowfall. Now, as we progress on throughout, though, the roads right now completely covered, so if you don't have to travel, I would advise not doing so. But if you have to get out, make sure you are driving slow and giving the car in front of you plenty of space. And over the next couple of hours, I think heavy snowfall will continue until about 6 to 8 o'clock. But after that, I think our snowfall rate should start to back off just a little bit. And by the time we get towards 4 or so in the morning, I think a lot of us will start to see us kind of wrap up with this snow system. But still, from now until early tomorrow morning, our timecast model is suggesting that we'll see another 4 to even 5 inches of total snow. So if you combine all that with what we have right now, another 7 to 10 inches of snow will likely be over on the ground by the time we wrap up by tomorrow morning. Now, some areas, especially off toward the west, like in Stevenson County and Joe Davis County, they could see upward of maybe a foot or so of snow. So definitely, we're going to be keeping a close eye on here across the rest of the next couple of hours and, of course, into tonight. But for now, Jake, going to toss back over to you, as we did have a fun Stroll on State event. In addition, also have some shoveling tips. I know you're excited to talk. Now, going to toss back over to you.
Yes, DJ, thank you so much for sharing that. And I know we will have those tips there for our shoveling safety. But in the meantime, we do want to update you on some closures here that happened. Of course, that snowy weather forecast did force some adjustments to Rockford's annual Stroll on State celebration. So we just want to share some of those big changes here in just a second. So at this time, here's just a quick little time lapse of the parade. Now, some of those changes there. The full event is closing at 7 Saturday rather than at 9. And of course, something that is changing here, fireworks have been canceled. That was confirmed on the City of Rockford's Facebook page. So again, if you are just joining us, the fireworks celebration has been canceled for tonight. Going to give you guys just another look at some of that snowfall here. This is from our Martin Exteriors roof cam up in Roscoe. Now, at this time, of course, we do not know if the Jefferson Street Bridge in downtown Rockford will also be closed tonight, since those fireworks have been canceled. Also, at this time, we do know the drone show has been rescheduled. However, we do not have a confirmed rescheduled date at this time. Of course, earlier this afternoon, we were live here on WIFR with the parade here for Stroll on State, and fewer balloons were in that parade, of course. However, Stateliners fought through that cold and the snow to keep that parade going. Now, like DJ was saying just a second here, with the snow not looking like it's going to let up here anytime soon, our First Alert Weather Team recommends you go out and shovel every 2 to 3 hours in order to stay on top of the accumulations tonight. Now, you'll want to be pushing with your legs rather than lifting with your back. However, the strenuous activity can also cause heart attacks, even for those without heart disease. Experts with the American Heart Association recommend to pace yourself and to take those regular breaks. Make sure to dress warm out there, of course, and cover your mouth with a scarf to warm the air that you breathe. If you do feel chest pains or any shortness of breath, be sure to ask a neighbor for help or hire a snow removal service. And turning to a story we told you about here earlier this morning, a 22-year-old man is dead after he crashed his car on Rockford's east side early Saturday morning. Rockford police made the announcement on social media around 4 in the morning that the man had life-threatening injuries and to avoid the 4500 block of Newburgh Road. Now around 11:15, police confirmed that the man died due to his injuries. Police have not yet released the name of the man killed. And of course, WIFR will be live throughout the rest of this day on our WIFR News app and on our website. We'll be delivering you the latest updates on the snow as well as those road conditions and really everything Stroll on State related. Of course, like I was saying here earlier, around 2 o'clock to about 3 o'clock here, we were live going over that entire parade there out there for Stroll on State. And I know coming up here at about 6 o'clock is going to be the annual tree lighting out there on Main and Elm Street right in front of the BMO Center out there. So you're going to want to make sure to download either the smartphone app, the WIFR News app that is, or make sure to head to our WIFR website, that's WIFR.com, to make sure that you can watch that live stream coming up here at 6. Of course, like our First Alert weather team was saying there, it is a little bit tricky out there when it comes to travel, so we will have you covered here right from the comfort of your home. We want to make sure that you guys are safe out there. Thank you so much again for watching, and we'll see you guys coming up here soon.